Must resist temptation to start off with a butt doodle look. That's all up to you. Okay, this is what I was looking for right here. I was getting some brushes, and dude, they have a POC. I'm gonna see if I can just drag and drop this in here. I sure can. Look, a freaking POC 3D head, y'all. How freaking awesome is that? So we can do like different angles and stuff on it and work on our faces and stuff. I'm super excited for that. I got some like brushes and stuff to kind of like try out. So apparently this is how the pros do it. I'm gonna try and do like different angles and stuff. That's like the goal, because we are not very good at like angles like these. Gonna add some more objects if we can. We're gonna add another head. Besu? What the heck is that? We're gonna move it down. Look at that bad boy. Yes. Okay, now that I'm understanding how to use these objects, yo, this is dope as heck. You know, we're just gonna do a straight up angle because why not? So I watched this video. When you wanted to draw different faces, look at it as paper. Take a piece of paper and you shape it around the face, and then you'll get the angle that way. Once you figure out what angle you want to do, you'll be able to kind of like figure out where the jaw and the top of the head is, and like kind of break down where the eyes and nose and mouth are supposed to be. So you go like this and like this, and you obviously, since the jaw is going over here, you're gonna go like this and you're gonna drop it here. So up, and then you mark where the face is at, like the actual line of the eyes, and so that way you can tell that this is like the bottom jaw, and you can like close that off, and then you can like draw the eyes or whatever that way. We're gonna go ahead and do this. Ooh, that is not what I wanted. Where are my other brushes that I just brought in here? I lost the freaking things that I had in here, bruh. No.
A few moments later.
Okay, these were the ones. I panicked there for a second. I Hundo P panicked too, like, what? This one, obviously, if we go back to the paper thing, we're gonna see that here is where we see the top of the head. So if I'm only counting the face, we're gonna open this up here. I'm gonna drop, and then we're gonna flip it over, and then we're gonna do the lines, and that way we can tell. So like here, for example, you'll see like the angles of the face. This one's only a little bit. You can only see the head so much. There we go. There we go. So if I try and draw the whole head, because where the eyes end is where that little curvature is going to be. There you go. What I love about this model is that it's like an actual POC model, which is kind of awesome. You can see like the actual like lips. So it looks like the nose actually comes up here. And then of course the mouth. Yeah, buddy. Oh well, we'll work on it. It's fine. This is like the jankiest face, I swear. So the tip of the nose is going right here. Now that looks silly, but we'll figure it out. We're getting there. This is way too high up. I need to move it down. I don't want to focus too much on that one. We're kind of doing the thing now. I'm gonna have to definitely draw a lot of faces, not gonna lie. It's a rather freaking hard job, but that's okay. I see this one came out so much better because I actually took the time to like do the thing. Let me do an eraser. Let me do a big pass on this face real quick because I feel like this is a good one. Okay, there we go. There you go. Like we're getting there. Alrighty, that's not too bad. I'm actually quite happy about that. Let's also draw that ear. That's still a little bit too high. So we're just gonna grab that. We're gonna back that up. I feel like there was a big part here that I missed angle wise. Like I didn't get this angle right as much as I think I did. I think it's right there kind of. Now the question here is like, do I flip this over? That's gonna be the real test to see if this actually looks appropriate. As you can see, like the lines got a little bit better, but transform. We're gonna flip horizontal. Man, that's not too bad. We're gonna throw this over here real quick. Oh, it looks like I may have gotten it, but I just messed up a few things. I needed to be using references ages ago, y'all. Now that I have that one done, I'm gonna grab the rest of them. Yeah, this one I definitely did not do right. Definitely lots of learning in the process. Let me go ahead and delete this. I feel like I also made this part too big. Once I had like the actual head right, we were able to get the other one right. There we go. We figured it out one way or the other. Let's see if we can get the angle that I want for this. That eye is way too far out. I can't put that freaking pupil out there. There we go. That's a lot better of a face. It looks like we have our bridge here, thing here. Like now that I'm drawing them more, I'm understanding it. That's way too sharp of an angle. There you go. That's a lot better. Honestly, these resources really help. And the good thing about it is that you can actively change the lighting on them if you didn't know, and if you're new to Clip Studio. I just haven't gotten that far yet. I think I'm gonna move this eye a little bit. There we go. I think that's gonna work out pretty good. Gotta like actively use my freaking shoulder for this one. Although you should, in theory, be using your shoulder for all of your drawings so you don't like mess it up. And I say this and I don't even take my own advice. So actually take your own advice, y'all. Like, don't be like me. Although I may not have gotten like the full angle of this one, I think we kind of got like the vibe and expression. That's actually pretty good. I am not mad at that at all. I need to start learning how to use the modeler. So like, for example, I have some random poses that I was working with, and like, you're able to import, whoa, like this guy's huge, hold up. You can get like different models like these and you can like spin them around and do like all sorts of crazy stuff. And you can just draw over them. So I can come in here and like, yo, what's up? Then you just add all the necessary limbs. This is all the fun stuff I got to learn in one of my anatomy classes. And that's how you start doing figure drawings. And everything is cylinders at the end of the day. Then you have ball joints. And that's how you get these fancy little things. Voila. This is what you get when you warm up. Just like, I'm just gonna casually, you know, break down the muscle of this guy. It's fine. And I didn't do this freaking pose right, but it's okay. And that was part of it that I had to learn. Like, I'm gonna suck at this for quite a while. And I still think I suck at it, honestly. Like, it's not the best, but it just takes time. Just gotta make sure you have the right shapes and you'll be fine. How do you carve out the feet shape? Like, what is your mental tip for understanding the shape? So they're like a triangle. So like, if you start at the ankle, like I'm just doing a side profile, you're gonna go like this. The toes are also a triangle in and of itself. It's all like a triangle, honestly, because if you think about the arc of the foot, wow, that's actually not even close to what I was going for here. That's supposed to be where the arch is at, so ignore that. And then like the feet are like their own thing. So like these are the toes, here's the main body, and this is the heel. So you have the heel, then you have the arch, and then you have the toes. So you just split it into different shapes. So this is obviously the ankle here, the inwards one. We can make it like a box diamond shape. Oh, I meant for a nose. Oh, sorry. I read feet. I am so stupid. I am so sorry. So let's see. For noses, I just follow my nose shape. But if you're thinking about like nose shapes, when you break down the nose, they normally do it like a triangle, depending on the angle. So like, we're gonna look at this from like the front. You're gonna have like the bridge of the nose, or where it comes in between the eyes. So this is like in between the eyes already. You have the bridge of the nose here. Normally you can do like a straight line down. So you start off with this triangle, right? And then you make it into a diamond here at the bottom. So this is the tip of the nose. So obviously, as someone of color, I don't have a very pointed nose. So I keep it nice and circular. And I think of like a button nose, because my nose is a button nose. And then I think about where my nostrils are going to be. So the tips of the triangle here are going to be the widest point of your nose. And I did this line down here because this is where your Cupid's bow is going to be at. So if we're looking at it directly, for me, you curve it right here on the sides at the extremities, and then you kind of line it up. And mind you can clean this up later. You also have to think about the nostrils and how they present. If I'm looking at it straight forward, depending on the shape, and I'm going here off of my nose shape, you're gonna see a little bit of the flare of the sides of my noses when you look at me head first. So I kind of have to create that shape, and it's normally like a little sphere. So you kind of like squish it. Think of like when you squish a ball and how it like spreads out and it gets kind of flat. And then I just connect the ball of my nose at the bottom. Go ahead and remove a little bit of those lines there. Just put it together. You can create like a little shadow effect here that a lot of artists do on their noses. And you can still see that triangular shape that I was referencing earlier. But then you also have to think about like, what is the furthest point of your nose? And then you're gonna kind of start working on a shadow there, and you want to do it like soft. And I think about how far out it goes in the angle. But if we're looking at it head first, all of this is going to be under shadow, right? And so I just kind of do that. And here, there's not really much of a shadow, but there's like a depth of perception there. And there's always like a little slope here on the side of the face that creates like a little shadow. And that's what I'm creating here without the eyeballs. It depends on how far down the nose is, depends on the shape, the bridge, is it really wide? But yeah, your eyeballs are like hella huge and you only see like so much of them anyways. Everybody has different shaped eyes, different angles, double eyelids, no eyelids. So you start building off of that. Then you have to think about like on the side, for example, it's the same concept. You still do that triangle shape, for example. So let's do a side one too. And then you do the same thing, you bring it down to that same line. This is going to be where your nostril is at. You follow that same shape ultimately, and then you make it look more natural. You have to think about your Cupid's bow, which comes up right here, and you connect everything together. But it's ultimately that same triangular shape that we were working with. And of course, bridges and noses will shift in time. And like people have different size nostrils. You can add your septum piercing and stuff like that. You can also like flip the nose down and make it more hooked, because noses do this. But yeah, all these people who do like these cute little lines here on top of the nose is to create a little bit of depth that you don't want to do with like harsher lines. So that's why you'll see people with like these lines right here, like on the face, because there's an actual like concave area there. I love drawing little POC noses like these because that's how my nose looks. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you guys have fun, and I hope you have a great rest of your night, rest of your week, and I will catch you guys on Sunday. Love you. Bye.